if most of the new people might not know about the 761st, but I'll briefly comment on it. At the Battle of Bulge, it's my understanding, General Patton ordered our general into combat, saying the Germans are retreating, and with the first 3 days, we lost 1,000 men a day. And General Patton, I understand, said to our General Malley, how the hell could you lose 1,000 men a day for 3 days? This is my understanding. And his own officer said, General, you send them in without armor support. What happened, Hitler sent every last punch of tank, or every big tank they had, into combat. So fighting tanks with hand grenades or pistols, it's unbeatable. And he assigned the 761st to us. The first thing our guy said to the 761st, can you keep up with us? And the reply was, try to keep up with us. And when they went into combat, I understand, we pushed the Germans, I was there, we pushed the Germans back out of Belgium, Luxembourg, right the hell back into Germany. And Meltherian asked me 20, 30 years ago to pass out the pamphlet on the 761st, which I have copies if you're not familiar with it. I still have it. But Meltherians talked about the time they were pinned down by machine gun fire over a beer party. You know, they drank a few cases of beer, but Meltherian talked about it. Said we were pinned down by the machine gun fire, and we were going to buy it. We couldn't get out of it. And we hear a tank coming. We don't know whether it's a German or American. And they said the tank pulls up, and a big, beautiful face pops up out of the turret. And can I help you guys? Yeah, take out that machine gun nest. Boom, gone. And Meltherian at the parties talked about this all the time. Anyway, I have copies.
Make it clear that this was a black anti-tank outfit.
Oh yeah,
it was a black combat outfit.
Right.
Oh yeah, all black, and boy, they were good. And incidentally, some of our guys were writing to the President of the United States, and also one of the sons of their outfit also wrote. But in the 1970s, the president who was in power at that time finally awarded the 761st with the presidential citation, which a 466 got during combat. Anyway,
also tell them about Charlie Jones.
Charlie Jones? Well, I was in fire command in the Battle of Bulge, and a call comes in from Charlie Jones. He was a forward observer, and
a captain forward observer.
He was a captain of Sea Battery. And his voice came in, it's quite an emotional thing, came in loud and clear. He said, I'm completely surrounded by the Germans, and he gave his own coordinates. And he denied it, but I was there, and I heard it. And boy, I'll tell you, what a move.
He was right. There were 2 German tanks directly in front of him.
Yeah.
At the time when he called in to Bill. And he was giving these coordinates, and for some reason or other, there was a mix-up. They couldn't get the information correctly back there.
Yeah.
And then, finally, the tanks were coming, and Jones said, to make it absolutely clear, fire on me! On me!
And that came over very clear. I was there, and I heard it. I heard it. And I'll tell you, I could multiply any number in my head. We all thought we were great at math. But I skipped a couple grades in school on it, and you give me any number, and I could multiply it or put it in my head. And boy, we got the fire missions going. And you know what? What happened? It's my understanding we knocked the tank out as it. How they ever got a foxhole? But apparently, there was an infantryman in the foxhole. He said, "Come on, get in the foxhole." And Major Captain Jones got in there. Incidentally, Major Roby was in charge of our fire command. He was a business guy. We never had any problems. And we fired. And afterwards I asked Lauren Morgan, did you treat Charlie Jones? Charlie Jones survived. He said, yes. And I never knew there was anybody else in the foxhole at that time. but he said I could do nothing for the guy in the bottom of the foxhole. Apparently Charlie Jones's driver was in the bottom of the foxhole. He was shell-shocked, and Laura Morgan could do nothing for him. But what a guy Charlie Jones. Incidentally, at Fort Benning, when they were setting up the memorial, Laura Morgan, I think, donated $5,000 for a special bench for Charlie Jones, and Laura Morgan didn't want his name put on it at all. And I forget now what was put on that bench, but not the full thing about Charlie Jones. Anyway, Mike Brock, you're on.
Charlie Jones was a professional officer, and he rose to be a major general, and was a member of our association all the way through.
I don't know.
Incidentally, this guy is more responsible for having the reunions. He is the guy that kept after me.
All right. We're in a marshalling area getting ready for the invasion. And the night before, we're all sitting in groups of 6, 8, sitting around cleaning our carbines. We was in the field until we had carbines. I hear a shot behind me. A guy shot himself through the foot. Whether he didn't want to go in that airborne invasion or accidentally. So they court-martialed him, but they later gave him a chance to come back. We had 105 howitzers on that mission, and our unit got the President's citation also on that airborne landing. So anyway, we're next day we go on. We had a load of 105 ammunition on the gliders. We're over the drop zone, and pilot sees 2 gliders go shot down alongside of us. He said, "We're coming in 110 miles an hour between all these gliders. So help me God, I don't know how he missed them other gliders coming in." We hit the ground. I tore ass at a glider, and I'm trying to find a howitzer that I belong to, the glider with it. So I passed this glider with a couple of guys laying dead there. It's my neighbor that we grew up from babies together. We went through school together, serviced together, same outfit together. He was killed on that landing. I could still see the guy sitting there propped up dead. And I'll never forget that. It's, what, 60-some years now?
Oh, yeah.
And so in the meantime, I passed him. I had to go. Our Major York was pulling another 105 howitzer out of a glider. There's only a couple of guys there. So I come up there, and they're loading, and I'm passing ammunition to the guy loading. They fired 4 shots. The Major said they had a muzzle burst. Guy grabs his arm, another guy leg, so they moved away from the gun to give them guys treatment. As we left, the Germans blew that gun up. So that was an act of God that incident happened before the Germans blew it up. And in the meantime, I went and got my howitzer, and we were firing direct fire at the Germans across the field. But it seems like just yesterday. And we lost so many good guys over there.
That's right.
And like he said, the black guys in the bulge,
That's right.
they helped us out. Yeah. So anyway, that's my story. All right, everybody. God bless everybody. Stay healthy. See you next year.
All right, Bill.